Pleasantries to all. The title of my presentation today is Can Complexions Cause Complexities? That is, the role of skin tones in bite mark analysis. Bite marks are a very important part of this emerging field of dentistry called as forensic odontology. Forensic odontology is that area of dentistry that deals with the correct management, examination, evaluation, and then the presentation of dental evidence in criminal and civil proceedings. So now let us understand what are bite marks. Bite marks are nothing but physical alterations in the medium. Medium is that part where the bite mark has been inflicted, mostly caused by the contact of teeth and related structures, which leaves behind a representative pattern on the object or the tissue caused by dental structures which might belong to an animal or human beings as well. As mentioned earlier, bite marks play a very important role in forensic odontology. Matching the bite mark that we recover from the site of crime will help us connect the suspect to the crime and will also help us in proving the victim to be innocent. When we analyze a bite mark, there are certain factors that we need to take into consideration, and this is mainly because there are a lot of factors that influence bite mark analysis. The factors that influence bite mark analysis includes the skin elasticity, the skin tone, the anatomical site at which the bite mark is inflicted, the age of the victim, permanency of the bite mark, and also the uniqueness of bite mark. There are various materials that we used for this study of mine. First, we used photographs that were clicked at 0R and 1R of the inflicted bite mark. We used the GIMP software to trace the bite marks and also a skin tone chart to compare the skin tone of the subjects and determine the kind of skin tone of that individual subject. The subjects of my study included 15 students of our own institution who are willing to take part in this study of mine. The very aim of my study was to show how skin tone acts as a factor which affects the analysis of bite marks, and also to understand how the skin retains a bite mark mostly based on its tone over a period of an hour. The methodology of my study went something like this. In the first step, we compared the skin tone of our subject with a standardized skin tone chart. After the skin tone was determined, we asked the subjects to inflict a bite mark on their forearm. This was a self-inflicted bite mark. Then, a picture was clicked at 0R, 0R meaning the time as soon as the bite mark was inflicted on the forearm. And then we waited for 1 hour, a period of an hour, and this was to understand the different changes that can occur in the skin tone based on it, the different changes that can happen in the bite mark based on its tone. After this, we clicked a picture at 1 hour. All of these pictures that were clicked at 0R and 1R respectively were then blinded and sent to a forensic odontologist to assess the ease of tracing. Then both these pictures were compared. After this, what we could determine was some of the lost and the retained features, and also understand how how skin tone had actually influenced bite mark. Some of the problems that we faced during this entire course of my study included: 1. The force of infliction. The force of infliction of bite mark was not standardized and it did vary from one subject to the other. The second was the light. Yes, we did click the picture under natural sunlight, but I do believe that because of the light there can be certain variations in the skin tone of an individual. After this, we determined some of the lost and the retained features. The retained features of bite marks after an hour included the initial outline of the arch and also the shape of the arch. The incisive bite marks were very well retained. This is mostly because during any kind of infliction of bite mark, the anterior teeth tend to apply more force as compared to the posterior teeth. The features that were lost included: 1. Ecchymosis was lost or was not very evident in darker skin individuals after a period of an hour, and also the initial arch form and the outline, which was very well defined at 0 hour, had become more diffuse. And the third most important thing was the initial depth of the bite mark was lost. Now coming to my results, at 0 hour, as mentioned earlier, the bite marks were very well defined. At 1 hour, the margins of these bite marks had become more diffuse. Drag marks were produced better on darker skin individuals, and the most important finding is of that of ecchymosis. Ecchymosis was very much evident on lighter skin individuals as compared to darker skin individuals. This finding of mine can be attributed to the anti-inflammatory effect of melanin. The anti-inflammatory effect of melanin subsides any kind of signs of inflammation. And as we all know, darker skin individuals have more of melanin, therefore ecchymosis is less evident in darker skin individuals as compared to lighter skin individuals. These were the results of my study. So now if somebody poses a question like, can complexions really cause complexities? The answer would definitely be a yes. To conclude, I would like to say that although bite marks are used worldwide in many criminal prosecutions as an evidence, still there are a lot of questions being raised, mostly on its accuracy and also on its reliability. This is not really true. As mentioned earlier, if we consider different factors, not just the skin tone of an individual, but also different factors that influence bite mark analysis like the skin elasticity, the age of the victim, the anatomical site at which the bite mark is inflicted, the force of infliction, etc., we will definitely be able to bring a proper we will definitely be able to prove that bite marks are really accurate, and there will be very less wrongful convictions or any kind of mismatches at all. Being very well informed will increase and improve the credibility of bite marks as an evidence. To conclude, I would like to say, consider before beginning. Saying so, I would now like to end my presentation. Thank you so much.